Well, hello again, this is AJ Shaver here from Shaver Sales, and the three trailers behind me are going to help us answer the question, which trailer is the right trailer for you? Let's get started. All right, so this little trailer is great for running through the backwoods, either pulling it behind your bigger frame ATV or a side-by-side. We were using it hooked up to our Bobcat Toolcat with a grapple on the front of it, and I think for a small little forwarding machine, this would be an unstoppable pair between that Bobcat Toolcat with the grapple and using the grabber arm here for the trailer. So what this is, it has a sliding rear axle to it. So this is all the way back, and then this will come up to about here. So you could center the load on your smaller ATV kind of deal. That way it's taking up some of that heavy tongue weight. This is the Pro 95 series, so this will reach 9.5 feet from the center of the trailer out. It does sport about a 31-inch grapple on it. It'll close down to about 2.5 inches, give or take. We were messing around with, I think, a 14-inch piece of maple that was about 10 feet long, and it picked it up at full reach. So even though it's small, don't let it fool you. It's quite a powerful little trailer. The other hidden piece to this is actually a hydraulic winch in this. You do get a synthetic cable. It goes out about 50 to 60 feet, and everything's all operable right here at the controls. You have a very similar control package, just like the big AM machinery trailers, and it's a pretty sweet little unit. I'll fire it up here and just kind of show you what it's all about. All right, let's get this started. It is just a regular pull start in this, not like the Honda electric starts like we have on the big trailers, but still pulls pretty easy. So first off, we'll start with the sliding rear axle. This is all the way forward. So again, if you were pulling this with like an ATV, you would want the trailer to carry the weight. Like if I was using the side-by-side or the Bobcat Toolcat, it wouldn't really care how much wood weight's behind it, because that thing will pull, I think, 6,000 pounds. So go ahead and slide this back. It's all right here on the front lever. So that's all the way back. The one on top of that is your the hydraulic winch. Got it clipped into the headache rack here on the other side. I'll do a walk around to show you what that looks like on the other side of it there. Now the controls are a little bit different. We would consider this like an excavator control, like a cat control on this one, and it's more in line with that kind of control. The AM machinery trailers run on what we call like a backhoe control, so I do have to think a little bit about this one. I'll show you how far out this goes. It's just a little bit backwards from what I'm used to on the other two trailers. You do get hydraulic downriggers on it. So let me move the camera around here to the other side, and I'll show you what it looks like for the winch. Right, kind of give you a close-up here of the controls and things. So again, more of an excavator style control. This is your main boom, up and down. This is that secondary stick, in and out. The grapple will rotate left and right. The house rotate left and right. And as you saw from the beginning of the video, this doesn't go the full, 180 all the way around to the tongue like what the AM machinery trailers do. This goes maybe, I'll call it, 270 degrees. It does have, this is the gear system. that is what rotates the whole log loader, little hydraulic motor there down the bottom. This is your winch free spool out, and then you can lock it in. The actual winch motor itself is right here. All the cable stores down inside there. This is the cable coming down in, so that's your drive winch. Regular hydraulic tank. Double lifting cylinders. Again, as I said in the early video, we had a 12 or 14 inch piece of maple, which I believe is on the very bottom of this, is what we picked up at full reach. I'll show you that video. I'll see if I can get it inserted in. But this is actually that piece of maple here from the video where we're picking it up at full reach. Oh, the sliding cylinder, or the cylinder for the sliding axle rather, is over here. I spread a little bit of chain lube on the channel there to make it slide a little bit easier. Again, this is a new equipment line for us. This is CanAg. Obviously, it's Canadian Agriculture is what it stands for. Nice simple little rotator here on the end. So this is our CanAg Forest Pro 95. All right, so this trailer behind me is an 816-1600. It's very similar to our trailer, which is the galvanized one right behind it. In the pictures that you've seen on Facebook of this one coming in, it was on an open style flatbed trailer, and that's because this 816 stands for 8 feet wide, 16 feet long, versus the typical 7 feet wide, like what's on our trailer. The customer for this one wanted to be able to do debris removal, junk kind of cleanup, and even get a car on the inside of it. So that's why we went with the extra foot wide on it for 8 feet wide. It is a 16-foot long deck. It does have the same telescopic cylinder in it as ours does. It even has the equipment ramps underneath it, or in the case, like I said, a set of ramps to pull a car up and in. It does sport the AM190, again, which is identical to the one that you've seen on our trailer running up and down the channel here. We did match it up with a Honda electric start, and as you can see, unlike the little CanAg trailer, this boom does go 180 degrees and you can load the tow vehicle, and that's exactly what our customer is looking to do. He's going to pull it around with, I believe, like a stake body, a flat deck kind of truck, and that way he can load right off the curb, stack things in the truck, stack things on the trailer, and then go to the recycling yard at max capacity. So let me take the camera off the tripod, we'll do a little walk around, and I'll show you what it's all about. All right, I love doing comparisons, especially when you can get something side by side. So in the intro of the video, I kind of asked the question, which trailer is the right trailer for you? You know, we started off with the smaller CanAg trailer, you know, ATV, UTV, toolcat kind of size. And then this is my trailer, the galvanized 716-1600 with the load range J tires on it. We custom built the toolbox for the front for holding saws and different things. But kind of the main ingredient that sets the two of these apart is actually the dump box itself. On our galvanized trailer, we did a wooden deck because I move more logs than I do loose items, and our customer moves more loose items than he does logs. So all of our dump trailers come standard with 24-inch solid steel sides, and then we can add on the mesh to make it another 2 feet taller. So you're looking, you know, a 4 foot side. And so again, it's 16 foot by 8 feet by 4 feet high. Ours is 7 feet wide, 16 feet long, and then typically I'll take some 3/4 inch plywood and stand that up along the sides to actually make the sides for moving firewood and things around. And as you can see, ours has the equipment ramps. That's where they clip on there. This one's got the same clip-on deal for the ramps down here. When these barn doors do swing all the way open, they lock and latch right here, so you can't go down the road with them locked in the open position. And again, being 8 feet wide, you're still underneath that magical DOT 102 inches for being width-wise going down the road. Both trailers sport the 17.5 solid steel wheels with the Load Range J tire on it. It is a 215/75 17.5 tire, and again, Load Range J, same as ours. Here's the equipment ramps up on the inside. They store nicely. All you have to do is pull them straight out, and they clip up on the back of the trailer there. They're really long. They are about 8 feet long. It's about half the trailer there. Just because it is a deck over, you do want to, reduce the approach angle for getting stuff into the back of the trailer. So that's why we go with the extra length. Equipment ramps on ours. Same Honda GX390 electric start. Breakaway battery, LED light box, junction box for all the wires. There are electric brakes on both axles, so a lot of stopping power. We went ahead and left the guard on this one. We'll leave that up to the customer, whether he wants to pull that off or not. This is what it looks like when it's exposed. Same A-frame style outriggers. I tried my best to line everything up in a straight-on kind of fashion so we can look right down through the booms. The hitches on these are removable. We can swap these back and forth between a 2 5/16 ball or a pintle, and for those of you that really want a lot of carrying capacity, we even do that big gooseneck hitch like you saw in the Bertha trailer that went down as a hurricane debris cleanup trailer. A little bit about the boom. The AM190, what all that stands for is 19 feet worth of reach from the center of the trailer out, and at that half reach point, this will pick up about 3,000 pounds. And so I know we've really grappled on some big stuff before with ours. You can check that video out. We're moving around a lot of red oak with that. We'll go ahead and move the booms around, drop both bodies, and show you what things look like from there. Go ahead around here and get things fired up. Actually, before we make a whole bunch of noise, we can bring this down. Four-stage telescopic dump cylinder, just like you'd find on most big commercial dump trucks. I know we've had over 3 cord of firewood in the back of ours, and that cylinder just picks it up and like it's not even there. Go ahead and fire this up and turn our choke on. I gotta find it. There it is. And unlike that little CanAg trailer, I'm pretty familiar with these controls, so we should be pretty smooth here. Gotta remember that the turn is backwards because I'm over my head. We have enough clearance. Yep. Now I know with my trailer, if I store the grapple all the way up here in the front, it's about 11 foot 4 inches high. So right about there is about as low as you're going to go. If it's stored all the way at the back, it is considerably higher. So typically, if I have it stored at the rear, I'm holding on to, you know, a log or something to help get that top elbow down. There's not quite enough room to do a rear nest on this. We might be able to. I actually haven't tried to get this outside the back gate. I don't think there's going to be enough to do. It's probably going to hit the mesh. It just makes it by, and the bolts just kind of catch it a little bit. It would be snug, but again, we do offer that rear nest as an option. So if you did want to store the grapple outside the trailer, it's just a little upgrade. Everything is pre-designed to take that nest. So even if you wanted to add it to something like this after the fact, we can definitely ship one to you. But if you leave it in the body, I'll show you what I was talking about there as far as that elbow pin being a little bit higher. I can get the grapple all the way in. There we go. All the way back touching the barn doors. So you can see you're just a little bit higher there than when it's all the way forward. I think I measured it, it's about 11.8 if it's back there, it's 11.4 if it's up here. See, it's a little bit lower there, and step over. And we'll do the same thing with my trailer. And again, this wooden deck option comes with stake pockets that go down both sides for, you know, securing your load, whether it's pallets or machinery. That was the other reason that we kind of got into this open style concept. If I wanted to move the Bobcat or an excavator or even the Toolcat, you know, when you have a solid side like what's on the 816, it's difficult to reach over or to walk around on the inside, especially with the narrower ones like this where you're only 7 feet wide. You end up walking up and over the tires and different things, where at least this, as an open body, you can throw the straps, secure things, do what you have to do. The square bunk poles are removable. We have them set, there's 18-inch different pockets going back, so you can kind of organize the bunk poles how you want. We do have the big trucker straps, so I'll move the camera over here and take a picture of those. I guess technically we're due for a 50-hour review on this trailer. Just looking at the hour meter there, it's right at 51 hours. We have used this trailer for things that I never even thought about using a trailer for. You know, we've moved big landscape boulders and landscape rocks with this, and should have ironed it up a little bit more to get the hydraulic pressure out of it, but you get the idea. So let me move the camera around probably the back side of the trailers here, and I'll show you the comparison from the taillights. So again, this trailer and the 816, they do both sport the solid steel wheel with that 17.5 tire on it and that load range J. Standard tire for this is a 16-inch. I think it's a 235/80 16. It's still an 8-bolt style rim on it. Just I don't know, we're always going over some real bumpy roads, being, you know, grossed right out with weight capacity, so we went ahead and upgraded these J tires, and our customer with the 816 decided they were going to do the same. So these are those sliding straps that I was telling you about down here. They do come with the chain hook ends on them, and I can slide this one from about just behind the tire all the way to the end. This one in between the tires doesn't really move a whole lot, and then we pick up 2 more here in the front that go from just in front of the tire all the way up to the headache rack. And you know, as far as moving the square poles around, just a big keeper pin, and you can kind of move these wherever you want to put them. You know, if we're moving around pallets and stuff, I'll move this one all the way back, that one all the way forward, and I can kind of nest in, you know, 4 pallets really easy. We did put together these 4x4 posts that are laying down, and what we did that for is if I'm coming in with the grapple, I don't want to be scratching up the wooden deck, and then if the log is up on here, it gives me enough room to get the grapple underneath without tearing the boards all up. So that's why we went with the open deck style trailer. And I'll move over here now and show you the barn doors on the 816. All right, so like I said earlier, these big barn doors do unlock. You get the standard, you know, kind of cam style lock to it. Hopefully I parked the trailers far enough apart so you can see this all the way open. I was kind of curious. So on this, pull down the spring-loaded tab. There's a hole designated in the bottom of the door, and now you can travel down the road with these in the locked open position. So if you had, you know, a car bumper or some other, you know, big round logs sticking out, you can get the grapple on that. The doors are fully secured, and with both being open, you're still under 102 inches left to right, so you're still DOT legal. Again, these are where the ramps go. Let's see if I can pull one of these out. There's just an R-clip on a 1/2-inch piece of rod that goes through. And they clip on just like that. It's not a bad angle for getting something up in here, so I'm really happy with that. Again, it's the same as what we had there. If you look back at some of the other videos, you will see where we've got, you know, the Bobcat or mini excavator, you know, up on our trailer. So get this all put away, and we'll wrap this thing up. Well, I hope this video helped answer some questions, and it's been really tough this year with COVID being around that we can't take these trailers out to, you know, a logging expo and really let you walk side by side and compare the models. But hopefully you get a pretty good idea of what we have to offer, everything from small to large. And then again, we even go bigger than what's behind me. As you remember, that big Bertha trailer, 24,000 pounds, dual wheels, 22 feet long, 8-foot sides, a big operator station up on top of the gooseneck. That thing was huge. But anyway, so whether you're pounding down the ATV pass and bringing in some firewood with the CanAg Forest Pro 95, or you're out moving equipment, moving logs, dumping firewood, you know, with the open style trailer, or getting into the full box style trailer, you know, with the solid 2-foot sides and then the 2-foot worth of mesh, we can put an operator station up on either of these. It's pretty easy. But there's one other kind of trailer that we don't have here. Hope to do a video and feature one soon. It's called an RFR style trailer. The first one's an RFR 05. It's a 14,000 pound trailer with about a 16-foot deck on it. It weighs in right around 4,000 pounds because it's an open style trailer. You can see all the I-beams, channel, cross members, and it's truly just a bunk style trailer for moving logs. And then the other one is an RFR 07, which is a 16.5 trailer. And then we can even get into the RFR 10 and the 10 heavy duty. And then you're looking, you know, 20,000 pounds. And we can do triple axles or, you know, dual wheels, tandem axle, and really get the weights up into that 24,000 pound or higher. We have built them all the way up into, I think, about the 36,000 pound range. But then you start getting into the air brake style of things, and it's just a big trailer for moving a lot of wood in a hurry. So again, I hope this answered some questions, kind of gave you the side-by-side comparison that you can't come out and do in person, but that's what we're trying to do with the videos. So I am AJ Shaver, and if we can ever get you a sales quote, please give us a phone call. It's 833-SPLITTER. That's 833-775-4887. You can also email me. It's sales@shaverequipment.com. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the like button. Check us out over on Facebook as well. We do post a lot of the pictures and the same videos here, so I'll give you a little bit good extra resource. We hope to see you next time. Thanks for watching.